Today I've got 7 ways to stop your kick drum pad from moving on your electronic drum set. That's coming up. What's up guys, Justin Greenwald here, welcome to 65 Drums. This is the place to keep on top of all things Edrum related, so consider subscribing if you haven't yet. Okay, so let's start off with the basics. Tip number 1, adjust the legs on your kick drum pad if your kick drum pad has it. Not all of them do. For example, this doesn't have any legs on it, but I can adjust the overall center of gravity of the pad by just going up and down like that. This right here is the angle that works for me and the carpet and the way the floor tilts in this room, but find what works for your particular kick drum pad. Now, a lot of kick drum pads, even if they don't have legs on them, you can at least adjust the spikes underneath. Make sure these are totally unscrewed if you're on any sort of hardwood or concrete or anything like that. You don't want to damage those floors. But if you're on carpet, it's completely safe. Just screw these in all the way and they really help stop your kick drum pad from moving. Okay, tip number 2. Clip your kick drum pedal to the kick drum pad if you haven't yet. The reason why is you've got extra weight and that stops your kick drum pedal from moving. Another reason why this works is because a lot of kick drum pedals, this is actually a bad example, ignore this. Imagine there's a solid plate of metal right here. A lot of kick drum pedals, they have little rubber strips that help the pedal to stop moving. And if this is clamped onto your kick drum pad, that keeps your kick pad from moving as well. Those are basic tips you've probably already thought of. Tip number 3 is to buy Velcro. This stuff rocks. I'm not talking about that cheapo stuff. I'm talking about industrial strength Velcro. You can find this at like Lowe's, Home Depot, any of those home improvement stores, or even Amazon, obviously. So just go pick some of this up and put it on the bottom of your kick drum pedal. This stuff rocks and it really grips onto the carpet incredibly well. Another thing you can do is put it on your kick drum pad. This one actually already has it attached. You see there's this Velcro strap right there. This actually works really, really well to stop this from moving. So this strip of Velcro, along with attaching my kick drum pedal to the pad and the fact that it has spikes right here, make this a pretty rock solid kick drum pad. If none of this is working for you, try tip number 4. Put a bar in front of your kick drum pad. You're probably wondering what the heck I'm talking about. If you're like 99% of electronic drummers, you're using a drum rack system to hold all of your drum pads. So just buy an extra metal bar and attach it to about right there. To the 2 front legs of your drum rack system, mount the bar so it cuts off right about here, so that if your kick drum pad starts scooting forward, it runs smack dab into that metal bar system. If all else fails, this is an incredibly good way to stop your kick drum pad in its tracks. You might want to put a foam or a rubber bumper on that bar though, because it will clang against your kick drum pad and will make a really annoying sound every time you play your kick drum. If your kick drum pad is constantly hitting that drum rack, that means the cymbal might accidentally go off. So that's easily fixed in the crosstalk settings of your drum module. Just wanted to make you aware that could happen if you decide to use this tip. Tip number 5 is self-explanatory. Just place your electronic drum set against a wall if you're just using this drum set as a practice tool. That will stop any kick drum in its tracks because the only way it could move is to go straight through your wall, which won't happen unless you have Chuck Norris legs. Tip number 6, there are actually products out there specially designed to stop your kick drum from moving. There's 2 that I've heard of. One is PhatFoot and Kbreaks. Kbreaks are basically a replacement to this rubber little foot thing. So you unscrew this thing, you put Kbreaks on this, and it's got this wide grip that stops your kick drum pad from moving. So that's a possibility if you have this particular kind of kick drum leg on your pad. And then there's a product called PhatFoot where it basically attaches your kick drum pad to your drum throne via a little strap and some Velcro. There are products specially designed to stop your kick drum pad from moving if you really want to go pick them up. All right, tip number 7, the last one. Think about buying a drum rug. Some of the really nice ones actually have a wooden bumper that sits like right about here where your kick drum pad ends. That way it'll keep bumping into this wooden block every time it wants to move. So that's another option you can use if you don't want to use any of the other tips on this list. It's definitely an option you should think about, especially since kick drum pedals, they can leave little rust stains on the floor anyway. So it's just a good idea to have a drum rug or just an old piece of carpeting. Here's the thing, you never know where your next gig is going to take place. You might play at like a gazebo that has an all concrete floor, which happened to me when I was playing acoustic drums. I was sliding all over that thing. Or you could end up playing at a gig where it's an all wood floor and you gotta worry about not damaging it with the spikes on your kick drum pad. So a drum rug is just a great idea to have even if you don't use it most of the time. If you've already forgotten all the 7 tips I've mentioned, I'll put the list in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in a few.